Duane, I find that the real guides, I think actually that the real guides may be working with so many people in this world without their knowledge. There are many things we are pushing in the new presentation, which we have found out on the internet. Uh, we are as much whistleblowers as these many groups we find on the internet talking about the dangers of GMO technological weapons destroying man and his environment, the importance of having clean water and food. All these people, I can say, form part of the worldwide wake-up call that we are doing. Uh, I want to know, is this the leap forward in what the world knows as the Aquarian age that we hear of, or where do these people stand when it comes to working for the macrocosm, for the greater well-being of life, and doing something wonderful for all life? What is their position vis-a-vis the whole of life, and they also shine like the sun, but does this get them out of creation too? Because we are doing the same thing that they are doing, and in many cases, this advocacy that they are doing, these many groups, they have been doing it even. They've been doing it for some have been doing it for a very long time. So how do we situate this? Would I say unaware, conscious people? Right?
Okay, you really scrambled that one around. So the idea is that, first of all, you said leaping forward, and then macrochism, and something else, and it kind of reminded me like it kind of sounded like we're a bunch of frogs.
Yeah, dude.
So, and then you referred to, what other people have done for the longest time. Well, again, take a look at that. Take a look at what people have done for the longest time, whatever it is. Okay, whatever it is. And where does it make sense with what the world's doing? It sounds good. It's like, oh, well, this person has done this for the last 30 years. They've been an engineer and they've made this and whatever. And so, yeah, okay. And so we deal with these things too. We have we have the John Ellis water and other things that we're dealing with. I have ozone machine, and we do all these things. But really, what surpasses all of it is your real awareness. And so, how many people refer to that? Of all that's being referred to. So they keep chasing something that works for now, then moves on, and technology advances. We know that, but does it really advance? Does it really advance? That's the question. And I would say no, it doesn't, because it gets to the point where it's self-defeating. It really all becomes self-defeating, no matter what it is. It all becomes self-defeating. And so it's kind of like a pick that a man uses in the ground to, dig for water, to, trowel the land or whatever. But then that same pick can be used as a weapon. And so, again, do you see birds doing it? And you don't. So I say it's about awareness. So, but we've gone through all this to figure this out, but we've made the choice too. So when you refer to these things, Charles, And comparatively, we're doing the best we can. That's all we can do because we have to deal with creation too. But I don't see it as a time factor. This is the fun part about it. When people say, well, I've done this for 30 or 40 years or whatever, I don't see that as anything valuable in the sense compared to what life is. Because life is always new now. And when people use that as a reference, they're really talking about old, outdated stuff. Because everything that they've brought forward to this very moment, they're just dragging it along with them, thinking that it equals something. And it does. It's a reference. It's a reference for the most part. You look at the political and religious systems and their history. It's a reference of something that's not needed. There's the reference. Because there can always be a new moment and recognizing and making better choices. So again, we're in a funny situation here in creation dealing with all this because we have a lot of people that are very, very staunch and very, set in what they've already decided. And so to present something and to have the adventure we want in this world, it takes a lot, just like Africa, all the years we've talked about this, just to start something in the projects and, constantly hearing, well, we can't do this, we can't do that, we can't do that. The interesting thing about the whole of life is that everything is possible, but it's not that we do magic and it just instantly becomes possible because, we can do magic. We can change the minds of everybody and have them agree, but then we're forcing ourselves upon their free will. And they must have that free will because that free will helps them recognize the isness. Without the free will, maybe their personal life can be better and we can do some magic. We can give them a bunch of money and all of a sudden it's good. But it can also stand in the way of recognizing the isness. It becomes very interesting how it is. So you tell me, Charles, and you decide what is substantial or not. I just simply see this each new moment as the best that life is because, it's how you see it. But when to bring it into creation, that's of a particular, this is where people, again, they bring their old ideas of begging the gods for something into this, and now they're begging or asking the guides to do something. I don't really do that. I just do something. I see something and do something. I just do something. And then see if, what comes of that. That's all. And so there's a difference. And there's always something to do. And lots of times people don't know what to do, but there's always something to do. But you just have to decide something. So as we look at the world, we see what people have accomplished. It's not about accomplishing things. It's not at all. The world of appearance is a fallacy. Look at what has been accomplished, and it's all creating a demise. So why would you use that as the idea of accomplishment when it's not? It's all a demise. Everything that we've created basically implodes upon itself. It's created demise. So what does have real value? Something to start off with something and to where it will go. So there's always something to do, something to decide. And you don't have to sit there and ask. It's, again, people do the new you. They ask the guides and it's like, well, I didn't get an answer. Well, the reason you didn't get an answer is because it's up to you to decide what to do. They're not going to decide your life. They're there to watch over you, you might say, because you've accepted their guidance. That's the idea, but they're not there to decide your life. And so little by little experiences come in, but you have to recognize them too. You have to act upon them, or you don't. And I don't have to. I'm not obligated, but I like to. I like the challenge. But everything that's set forth from what I've done, I've decided. I didn't ask them. I didn't ask Rebisar Paul. I just did it because it seemed to make sense. And then it also brought others in, like the Skypes and whatever. When I met Ava, decided to do this. And before this, it was with Chris Courage on Blog Talk Radio. I decided that. And I made him the star. and I was just like the guest. And so again, see who steps up, because again, this is how the is sees life. That's how I constantly look at how does the is see things, not my personal self, not what I want. It's not about that. Yes, there is that there. But the first thing is this isness and this being real with this reality. That has real value for me. That comes first. And so I set things into motion. I decide things because I see that most people can't see it or don't know what to do. So I set up things for them to become involved in, and from there they decide how they're going to see it, or they don't want to do it. And so this is where it came with Chris. He, we were doing certain things, and all of a sudden he said, "Well, I don't want to do that." He basically said that, so I'm out of here. It's like, okay, fine. The whole idea too is what I see is just like the boys together. They support each other. They support what makes sense. A person can go and do it on their own, fine. But I see that the support is very valuable, to where it's fun to have others that, see along the same lines, and they have their variables with it too. Yeah, I'm just doing my part. So, yeah, that and a lot more, Charles. So I see that as very important to recognize. Again, we've talked about this for the longest time. Now, look, it's come roundabout, and I'm not saying it's a perfect system, but there's always something to do, no matter, what position you're in. I would like to do a lot more. But again, this personal part can only do so much. And I've worn myself out before. Well, I don't want to totally wear myself out, but keep going with something. So we'll see, Charles. That kind of get close to what we're meaning here.
Okay, Jane. Okay. I found you and the new presentation in a crazy way by googling Rebisar and in other religions. That was quite crazy at the time. But could this great benefactor of life, Rebisar and the other guides, uh, be known as angels in the religions just because they have no other terminology for them? And uh, in a nutshell, that is what I mean. Could the real guides, since they work with all life, be known as angels by those who who, who know nothing about their high status? Duane?
Yes, of course. Everybody's going to have their view according to how they've been brought up. Look at your life. You see, again, when these questions arise, look at your own life and what you've been brought up through. I look at myself and what I've been brought up through, and how I relate to things accordingly. We all relate to something. We all pivot off of something, or we say, oh, our parents were, teachers, as an example, and so we work off of that. We work off a reference. It's better than saying, well, no, I didn't. I don't know what my parents did, and I don't know what I've done, and I don't know what my friends have done. It sounds better than that, doesn't it? So we all work off something. So the angel idea, it's fine, and as long as the person wants that, it's fine. They're taken care of, and in their own way. So each person sees what they want to see, and maybe thinking of Rebisar as an angel, they'll paint pictures and show him with wings and whatever, which is fine. That's their relationship. That's just how it is. And so what comes from that, whatever. So what I'm presenting is simply another way to present it. That's all. But at the same time, when people think of the angel idea, they're also usually bringing in the Savior, the God idea, the church, religion, all these things too. See, now they're loading it up. But it just depends upon the individual. But many times they're loading it up, and that is where, the restrictions start to come in, simply because things are connected to what they're connected to. And so, and it just depends upon the created consciousness of the individual and their intent. And it depends upon many things, but just taking the idea of angels, yes. The boys will work with, I'll do that too. That's why I've written all these different groups, from, Pray for Purity to Church of Nature or whatever, but I'll put my own definition on them just to give people a chance that are out there to start somewhere. And this is the all natural environment idea too. I can see that, no one's just going to leap into the isness and figure it out. So we do it a little at a time to relate something to the world with what is going on. So the angel idea is the same thing, just like the environment idea. It's the same thing. It's just an idea to see if people will start somewhere. Yeah. But again, it just depends upon what they have attached to that also. Charles, you see?
Yeah, John.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, we don't have to drag you through 2 and 3 hours. So, whatever makes sense. Even if it's a half an hour, it's great that you show up. By the very fact that you do and keep this going, it's just like a farmer, watering his crop. If he doesn't, it doesn't keep going. So you see the situation with Miriam and whatever, that can be, that can be stepped up. If it's let go, then that's it. If I don't show up at the Skypes and other people don't, well, then it doesn't happen. Everybody goes their own way. And I've seen this. And then what happens? Doesn't exist. And what do the boys do? They can't back something that isn't there. That becomes the difference. So it's a decision, isn't it? But no, thank you so much, Charles. I'll give it to Kelsey and Henry and Val, and if they want to share something or whatever, we'll just take it from there, or we'll do the new you. Go ahead, kid.
Thank you both for doing this recording. We put these on YouTube, and we've got a lot of people watching the videos lately. I've got over 1,000 subscribers on my channel now. So that means that I'm getting more views on these videos that are of these recordings, and other videos we're posting, like the Facebook Lives, the one that we did last night, and watched a lot of different videos about primary water, which people might want to investigate. That it's very interesting. It's actually naturally deuterium depleted water, which is the water we're selling from the machine, deuterium depleted water. And just many different topics on the Facebook Lives. Anyone is welcome to those. And getting a lot of phone calls lately. People are finding us by either going in YouTube looking for the John Ellis water, or whatever it is they're looking for on YouTube. They're finding our videos, and they're finding my phone number or Henry's phone number. And a lot of them are former corporation members. We've got a few phone calls from recently. And there's someone in India that's sharing what we're doing a whole lot. So I've just been chatting with him a little bit. And yeah, it's great. So just been doing the New Wave Water, and I'm going to do a promo code here for Monday through Friday, or I might even start it today, for the books and the courses for 20 to 25% off. If people want to get the hardcover, paperback, or PDF books, I'll put that around Facebook, and that'll be on wonderfulworldwideeducators.com. So we've got a lot of stuff we're putting out there, and it's endless because we keep creating more. Want to say something?
You could do a discount on water too.
Yeah, we could do a discount on the water. Yeah, we could do that pretty easily on the newwavewater.club, because that's the only thing we're selling on there. But I'm not going to do a discount on the machines. I don't think so. We'll do the water. Val, do you want to say anything?
Oh, just in the college, Grand Canyon University, studying for a master's and getting support from the trying to get a club started and trying to get the Indians involved and getting some support and agreement to do the concerts and other activities. So that's ongoing. Just trying to slip in somehow. It's trying to get agreement. It's a big long process because of bureaucracy. It's a slow process, but it's ongoing, and it's so that's kind of my angle, the colleges and the Indians right now.
Hey Val, I watched a TV commercial the other day that the Grand Canyon University is a great Christian university and they'll take very good care of you.
Yeah, they will. They're very good at monitoring you. Every time I have to call up, they ask for my ID, my phone number, email, what I had for lunch, everything. They're very good. But yeah, it went down for a while about 10 years ago, and then somebody invested a lot of money into it. Now it's thriving. It's 70,000 online students and 20,000 on-campus students. A lot of the curriculum is Christian based, but it's it's an angle. We're better accepted here so far than we were at OCC.
And Bill keeps shining. Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Charles. Wonderful.
Thank you, Duane. Thank you, everyone.
Say hi to Miriam.
Thanks
Yeah,
for
sure,
editing
yeah.
the Skypes, Kevin.
Yes, we'll see you next time. It's always Saturday, Charles.
Yeah, okay.
It's always Saturday. Thank you so much. Yes. Yes, you're a brave individual for stepping up and doing this. Yes. But
I wish I
making a
could.
difference, having fun. Yeah, go ahead.
Wish I could be braver.
Little at a time, we're all doing it. Yes, thank you so much. And thank you for everybody supporting and contributing and stepping up and doing something. It's all for you. It's always for you. Yes, thank you so much. See you soon. See you tomorrow on the Sandy Bob Show. Yeah.
Okay.